Hi again, guys. I just want to make a few final comments about Interstellar, just from a more metaphysical point of view about what the content of the film was. Again, spoiler alert. But I wanted to talk about the scene in which it's revealed that by falling into a black hole, Matthew McConaughey's character entered a higher dimension of space-time in which space was manifested as an external, three-dimensional reality that he could kind of navigate through and affect using basically hypersensitive gravitational waves. That's the plot of what happens. And then it's revealed that, of course, the ghost of the daughter in the bedroom was actually the father from another dimension in the future going into the past all along. And that's fun and fine for the purposes of what the film's trying to accomplish. But I just want to talk about the idea of that maybe as what it's really saying, is the idea that basically our dead loved ones from another side of reality are in fact able to causally sort of affect our current reality even when they're still alive. I mean, that's the interesting thing about it. We need to realize that the implications is that the end has, in a sense, already happened and is recreating the present through its manipulation of its own memory of itself. I like to think that creation is the past of God. That's really the way to think about it. It's already over for God. It's done. And he remembers it and recognizes it, recognizes it. And that's what experience is. That's how we are both objectively free and yet completely determined at the same time. Because there's no reducing the current moment's freedom to anything but its own beingness. So this is a vision, again, of though the reality that then is fed back to us is actually being manipulated by our relatives, dead future selves, or even our own future self, dead from another dimension backwards. Again, speculations like these are usually considered off the, wild, crazy. Reality is definitely more like this, or something like this, than it is not. So it's actually better to align your belief set that you choose to utilize to maneuver your way around reality, along with what's more true. Something like this is more true. Something like the fact that your current experience is in some sense partially determined by the behavior of your own future self in the great beyond, reflecting backwards upon itself to recognize itself in being and causal order. What cog am I in the machine is the question that being asks itself from higher levels. So again, looking at reality, abstract reality, like time, in a structural way, which Interstellar does, really is a theological idea, a theological implication. And the reason you stress the theology is because it means it's that much more amazing than we could possibly imagine. It's that much more conceptually remarkable what's actually going on. Once you realize that you can't imagine how good it is, you can't imagine how fantastic the whole story is, that's when you start to realize that whatever little game you're playing about what model you have running is almost a moot point in the long term. Which is not to say it's not fun to speculate about these things, but just realize that your speculations are not the full story. It's a humility of the fact that you basically have no idea what's going on, although you can have some good metaphysical stances which allow you to navigate truth properly, which is really what you're navigating through. You're navigating through truth itself and the will. So that's it for now. Again, I just wanted to stress that part about Interstellar. I thought it was a very interesting aspect. I mean, again, totally spiritual. And think about it. Are your dead loved ones, even the ones who are alive now, future dead loved ones coming back and somehow causally affecting the situation you find yourself in to lead you to different outcomes? Is there any way to, to make sense of that and maintain a causal order? Absolutely. So think about that, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.